Hello, this is Paul from RankWyz, and today RankWyz Daily on a very interesting topic, anchor text distribution. What is anchor text distribution? Is it important or not important? And if it's important, is there such thing as ideal anchor text distribution? And is there any guidelines you can check against to see if your campaign might need some adjustment? Anchor text distribution is the term related to the aggregated anchor profile. So where all anchor text for all links are aggregated together and put it the weight percentage based on the popularity of one anchor text over another. Anchor text over optimization penalty is related to the fact when some of the keywords in the anchor profile is dominating, and it's usually niche related keywords or specific target keywords someone was trying to rank for, like weight loss. Little bit of history: the keyword optimization was not a major factor. It wasn't a factor at all before Penguin. The anchor text the distribution was not in the any ACO's concern. It was completely opposite. The ACO, specifically link building, was around the building as many links with exact match anchor text as possible to the keyword they're trying to rank for. There is a famous example of Adobe.com ranking taking first place for keyword click here, because the millions and millions of pages that were using Flash player had the link underneath click here to download. After Penguin, with every new Penguin update, the keyword optimization, anchor text distribution optimization become an essential part of the off-page optimization. So you don't want to go to over-optimize your anchor text, but should you target some optimal anchor text distribution? If you follow like different type of SEO-related posts and on Facebook or YouTube, you probably, like me, have an impression that pretty much every week there's a new post that tells a revolutionary new distribution formula for the anchor text based on the type. So how many of the niche related keywords, how many branded keywords, and if you summarize all of them, usually they are geared toward of dropping usage of the niche related keywords and increased number of the percentage of the branded keywords. This is a very safe advice. It will, of course, you will be safe if you don't use at all niche keywords, but nobody suggests drop them at all. Why? Because they work. Like, say again, go back to the example of the click here. So if you look at the first and the second result, you'll see that Google doesn't reward pages any longer for just link click here, because there are articles they can see that it's specifically reading to discuss topic of click here links. But scroll a little bit down and right 3, 4, 4th position, it's still held by Google Adobe page, Adobe Reader page. Anchor text still extremely important, very important. So the goal is how to what extent we need to use the anchor text before going into danger zone of being over optimized. And as I said, there are a lot of information that everyone coming with the different formulas, but recently I think it's all came to end with this fantastic case study Matt Diggity posted on Ahrefs blog. Here it is. And it's basically how Penguin 4 has affected anchor text optimization. I'm not going into details, so like if you didn't read the article, you definitely should. It's very scientific approach to the question if there is an ideal article text distribution and what we should target. And he shows on the tons of examples from his own sites or analysis he did, so that there is ideal optimization, the distribution, but it's specific for every niche. And if you want to see if you off or on with your campaign, with your existing anchor profile, you need to compare it with the competitors dominating the niche. Not only it's specific for the niche you might be targeted. So like you can't really guess. That's the whole point of the article. You can't really guess. You need to see. But it's also changing, and he emphasizes the change he sees after Penguin 4 was released. Let's say case study number 1, and this is example of the leading sites and aggregated average of the distribution of anchor text by groups, and he suggests groups like target, LSI, brand, URL, topic, miscellaneous, and you can see that from example that anchor text for sites that are leading dramatically changed after Penguin 4. So if you're not sure that your campaigns are properly optimized for the anchor text, or you might see that there are any recent changes, this you need to follow what Matt said. You need to download anchor texts from the sites that collect all the information, and he suggests Hrefs, and manually go through them and assign them to the group or to the type. And once you see and then you compare your site or your client site against the leading pack, and you'll see if your anchor text is off. And there are like studies after studies in different niches that show how it's been changed, and and he claims at the end that by adjusting his anchor profile based on this approach, they were able to regain the ranking position with the niche the sites were in. And of course, I'm telling you that's not exactly so to kind of explain what Matt said. You get a better idea by just reading his article. I want to show the implementation into your RankWyz account, how to set up RankWyz campaign. RankWyz has extremely detailed link profiles. I don't think any other system has it's in detail RankWyz has. If you go to the link profile, when you set up, you have a distribution between primary keywords, secondary keywords. You can use generic page title, naked links. You have prefixes, suffixes. You can do branded keywords from URL that will be extracted domain. It will be extracted brand. So the possibility to fine tune your link profile is enormous. So now we need to, if there is there an easy way to see what our target, and this is what we recently adjusted to our anchor profiles. We had already in the system, so we adjusted them in order to allow you to implement this methodology right in your RankWyz account, to simplify it, to save on the manual steps when you need to download and aggregate all the anchor profiles to see that what distribution it needs to target. To demonstrate, I will go with the project. One of the projects where I have this is electrical niche, very local for Toronto, and the sites that are targeting Spotlight installation niche. And we have client sites and we have competitors that are dominating the niche. So if I go to the site and click on ACO profile, you'll see that we have all the metrics downloaded from and aggregated from the third-party tools, Majestic, Ahrefs, SEMrush, and we also have anchors. So I load anchor texts, and you can see that we show the anchor text distribution. But of course, when you look at especially for the site with a lot of links, it's really kind of going more and more into it's really hard to see domination of one specific type of keywords. When you look in them, you can say that, well, unless there is like obvious domination in one specific keyword, it's always look like pretty evenly distributed. But now we have added an option to group them, to update them using the same approach Matt suggested in his article. We added a couple of more groups but let's see how it goes. So by default, they all miscellaneous, and I'll go through and say this is URL, URL, URL. Those are all URLs, and I'll update type to so right from here you will see that the number of URLs. The dot reference via gallery and blank, we will put it as generic. So we added spam and generic, two keywords, two groups. If you work with the new client who used to have like other services, very possible that you have anchor text you want to identify as spam. They not help in any way. So this will be generic. Now, as the same as Matt suggests, that it's all up to you how to decide whether like anchor text is the target or an LSI. Let's say if there's target or LSI, that's as long as you use the same approach for all sites, that pretty much that you can do. There's no definition. Of course, if you're targeting the specific keyword, let's say pod light installation, that definitely will be a target. And this will not be a target, it will be LSI because it mentions somewhere lights and something, but will, let's say, this pod lights with the information from the image to be LSI or target. Again, so if you look at the specific keyword, that's probably will not be target for one keyword, might be target for another. If you analyze it all together, everything that is related to pod lights and Toronto pod lights, let's consider target. Pod lights installation, kitchen lighting pod lights, stunning LED. So now I finished with them, and you can see that generic about 25%, target and LSI combined will be about 30, close to 35%, URL 33, and brand just 8%. So is it good or bad? Of course, it's only good or bad when you compare it to the leading sites in the niche. You go to the site, add it as a competitor, and you go to the same SEO analysis, no, not analysis, SEO profile. Download anchors. And now you can see that the site that's dominated, the leading site has more targeted keywords, more brand type, no more targeted anchors, more brand anchors, and pretty hefty generic set of anchors. It's also important to mention so that if I look at the anchor profiles, it's pretty clean. What I put here in target and LSI is just really LSI. If I go back, it probably should be doing different. This keyword might be not even, should be even taken from LSI. Square Christmas light, further best Christmas light display. Yeah, I don't think it's LSI. Orange peel. So if I'll just move it back to miscellaneous, because it's really hard to guess that how much it's related to the. You can see that the target and LSI even less, the brand is less, and there are a lot of kind of non-targeted. anchors. So this is also, this is how you can calculate, this is how you can quickly load and group your anchor profile for your site and competitors, and they compare them one by one, and you can go into RankWyz link profiles and adjust your campaigns to target more of the specific distribution that you believe that will help your site rank higher. Thank you for watching. Thank you for using RankWyz. As always, looking forward for your questions and comments on my email or in our Facebook group. And have a great day.